Gameplay gang, and man, Mike is back with another video, back with another live stream, back with another build workshop complete guide video. And yes, as I said yesterday, I was coming back with Captain America to follow up off of my Winter Soldier build. As you guys know, Winter Soldier is a bit more balanced, but he leans more towards ranged, and that is to just simply complement his skills and his perks that he receives with his gear. So Winter Soldier's complete. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys check that video out. We're back now today with Captain America. I literally just got him to max 175. It took about a month and a half it felt like, because he was stuck at 174 forever because I just could not get into a good raid, elite raid that is, and the gear drop would never drop in the gear slot that I needed it for, which was my melee piece. So finally ran the raid successfully this week, got him to 175, and he's now complete, and we can finally run down the build I have for him. He also leans more ranged, I would say a little bit more heavy range, but he again also is built a little bit more balanced, and his build from Crystal Dynamics, if you will, the way they have him set up is a little bit more towards Valor or Heroic and ranged anyways. And the nice part about Captain America and Winter Soldier is they get a good bit of defense already. So that works in their favor. And we're going to show you this build here shortly. We're just going to wait and see if we get a couple people into the chat. Run around a little bit. I do need to get me a thumbnail for this. So, you know what? I think I'll probably get the thumbnail at the end once we introduce some gameplay, just to showcase a little bit of what he can do. I love this MCU Winter Soldier movie outfit for him. I mean, it's just so perfect. Ah, man, I love wearing this. He's got some low-key solid outfits as well. You'd be surprised at what Crystal Dynamics can do when they are in their bag. It's just, we would like for them to stay in that bag a lot longer than, every here and there. So let's go ahead and jump on over to Helicare real quick. Let me grab my dailies. I don't even think I'm really going to play, but I like grabbing them anyway, just in case I feel like running and doing something. I don't know who I would use quite yet. I know I need to tap into Thor. Thor is currently power level 168, I believe, and I have to check to see, but I thought I already completed. I thought I may have, but maybe I didn't complete his elite raid. If I haven't, he could jump to 170, and I think after 171 or whatever, if they haven't fixed it yet, it's a good idea not to try to get additional gear because the stat growth isn't there. So I'm gonna hold off on that otherwise. But this is your boy Cap. I might be able to get a clean shot here in the Quinjet. Why is Spider-Man not here though?
I think some of the SHIELD agents are afraid of you.
Me? I can't.
Ooh, I wanted to get them jets. Oh, you know what? I know what I did wrong. I'm gonna see if I can catch them jets again. I'm gonna catch.
Something about you stepping on them.
Hey, that's not what that.
Oh, getting a little frisky with the dialogue. Alright, I guess we'll get into this here shortly. I don't know if I'm gonna catch any more jets in the background, but could always catch the ones down there, like the Quinjet specifically. Oh, come on. Alright, how about this? There we go. I just see that. Just like that. How much of this do I really want in the... Let's see, I really wanted that Quinjet, but then it's like, what angle do I want this at? And how tight do I want it? Ooh, I could do this. No, it's not working the way I wanted it to, but it's fine. Hmm. That's probably alright. I gotta do something about the light. So what we're gonna do now, turn the blur on. Make sure he's in focus. Bam. The man's in focus. I like doing the blur. Does not matter. You put a filter on. You could go with the black and white. The warm steel's always amazing. I might even just go vivid just to turn up a little bit of color on it. That warm look. I typically like the warm steel. Like the warm steel. But then, yeah. So if I go vivid, it kind of helps with the things in the background. Now, not that you'll really see it like that anyway. I could turn up the brightness. Boom. How about that? Saturation is fine. Color grade is fine. Alright. Nah. Mm. Nah. I think it's actually fine. Nah, I could do something like that. Maybe this is not a good spot. Probably not a good spot, huh? It's not. Alright, well, I know we're gonna get into the build and try to nail that thumbnail real quick. Okay, hop over everything. Could go to the back of the Quinjet for the image. Could go to his room too. I could actually change his emo altogether just for the thumbnail. It's actually not a bad idea. Ooh. Hold up. Look at the lighting. Ooh, I got an idea. I might go with the that tip top. Ooh. Now that's kind of fire, right? Now all I gotta do is get it right. Get it right. Get it tight. Ooh. I need that lighting. I need the light to glisten off him. Just, oof. I want y'all to know where the light's coming from, but it doesn't have to be in the shot like that. Now what I could do is, I could do that, but make sure everything's good here. All that's good. It's in focus. Alright. So that's nailed. Now, this is where that warm steel may work. Oh, yeah. Oh! Yo, come on now. Come on now. That is fire. Maybe I zoom in just a little bit more. Oh my. Boom. Look at that. Oh my goodness gracious. That is a shot. Ah. 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 Now, if I want, I could decrease the brightness. Ooh. Hold up. Decreasing that brightness. Now, you won't be able to see it as well. I might take a couple shots, right? If I want to do something like that. Oof. Why does his nose look like that, though? Oh. I'm toning it down. 80's good. I think 80's actually pretty solid. Maybe lessen it just a little, just a tad. That is clean because it looks vintage to complement Captain America's old age, right? Near timelessness, but it also still gives it like a very relevant style. Like, woo! Alright, so that's the shot. Now, what I'm gonna do now is actually kill the brightness. Yee, now that's fire. Actually turn that back up. We'll even kill some of the just just enough punch from the sponge in the background lets you know that there's color here. This is one I'm probably gonna post on Twitter because that's a fire shot. That is beautiful. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go back up. So we can get ready. Once we detail this build, we will jump right into a mission. You know, I like to go to a typical drop zone just to display a little bit of that action. So let's get to it. Welcome to power level 175 Captain America. As you see by the stats, his defense is almost near identical to Bucky's. He's got better defense with better stats. Basically, just it is what it is, right? Precision, excuse me, precision, valor, might, precision, valor, might, precision, valor, resolve, and then of course more defense with intensity. And if you look at intensity, that's the only thing I got intensity on, but we'll get to it. Precision, valor, resilience, precision, valor, might. So as you see, that's why he's looking so dandy. And maybe Winter Soldier didn't get as big of a stat boost when he got his power level 165 gear, as I'm thinking now, because his build is somewhat similar. But you know, we'll see going down the line, because his may line up a little bit like this as well, with more ranged, of course. But before we get into the gear, I just want to give you guys a look into what the gear looks like from that perspective. Let's jump into the skills. Of course, you always wipe these out up until you hit hero level 50. Specialty wise, this is where it gets fun. I actually just did some fine tuning to this. So, Field Commander for the support tree increases the duration of Rally Cry by 5 seconds. And as you know, Rally Cry, once you press L1, enemies in proximity and those attacked while Rally Cry is active are marked. Enemies marked by Rally Cry take additional damage from all sources. So of course you increase your damage output with your support heroic. Allowing it to last 5 more seconds gives you that much more time to deal extra damage. And then on the other branch, we got threat control. So critical attacks on enemies marked by Rally Cry deal 15% bonus stun damage. Now, I tried to look in here. There was a few other things I could have got. I don't care for intrinsic or because I don't use a shield that often to block. I could have got a regen pack, but his defense is solid enough where I don't have to worry about it. And it's not a bad idea to have extra regen packs laying around just in case you or other team members need it. But I don't mind the stun damage boost from this skill. Moving on to his Assault Heroic Steamroller, I use Tidebreaker, which pressing R2 upon its return will kick it back out for another round of hitting a bunch of enemies, dealing extra hero attack damage. This is where your Valor, of course, comes into play, because that scaled high will increase your Valor damage or your heroic damage. This side of the branch, I use Vanguard Charge. Every 2 enemies defeated with Steamroller generates a heroic orb. So with Crystal Dynamics boosting all of the heroes' heroic attack damage anyway, his Steamroller took a heavy boost and he knocks out a lot of people. Now imagine if you got a bunch of drones or proto-synthoids around, easy targets, you know, arrow keepers. Those typically get wiped out with one hit pretty easy with Steamroller. You're dropping heroic orbs left and right with Vanguard Charge. And again, that's how you can use your skills to play into helping you out while you're out on a battlefield. Now, Brooklyn Brawler, his ultimate heroic, which is a beast. Hit the first branch, I use Strong Arm. While Brooklyn Brawler's active, range attack damage and impacts are increased by 25%. Now you couple that with the fact that he's more range based, this increases his range, his shield throws nonetheless, he a beast with it. All right, he a beast. You can do something with melee focus or takedowns, right? But I'm doing with that range damage. So that's why it's like keep your skills in mind with the direction of the build that you're going. Now let's say you change your build and you want to go more melee based, or you know combination of the two, more balance, more defense based. Then that's when you come into your skill tree and change your skills to now adapt to the new style of play you're using for your hero. Unfair Advantage, the other branch of this tree, grants 25% more energy to Brooklyn Brawler when collecting heroic orbs. This is a solid piece. This is a very solid piece because you get Brooklyn Brawler back relatively quick. Or essentially you yeah, no, I think that's right. I was gonna say maybe it extends your Brooklyn Brawler, but you can use your gear for that. Now, Mastery, this is when the fun begins. The first combat tree, the branch, range damage mastery. Increase all range attack damage by 15%. Again, alternatively, you can go stun attack damage or heavy combo, light and heavy combo finishers. I like range attack because he's more range based. Second branch, combo finisher, critical mastery. Increase the critical attack damage by 15% of both light and heavy combo finishers. Now, again, if you were more melee based, comboing this skill with the top skill here gives your finishers a crazy boost in attack damage. But as is, again, I'm going ranged. Heroic Mastery Takedown, provides heroic orbs when you use takedowns. Thankfully, with Captain America, they have a ton of takedowns, and they're pretty much cool. So it's actually fun using his takedowns. It's not like Winter Soldier right now, who only has like 4 or 5, and same with Spider-Man, who only has like 4 or 5, and they've not added none since. Right. Ranged attack tree. Enhanced throw. Increase the speed and damage of all shield throws by 15%. Now, of course, this is what's going to work here because you can pin people with the shield. You could perform a follow-up throw. That basically what happened there, but I didn't even see the shield come back after that. but yeah, just go ahead and do this one. That's a great skill. Power throw damage mastery. Increase damage by 15% against each target that is hit by a ranged power attack. So essentially, ranged power attack is holding the R2 until it charges all the way up and then letting it go. And of course, tapping R2 again to get that extra kick out of it provides additional damage. So Captain America's a beast with the shield throw and ranged attack damage for sure. And then the third branch in this tree, Precision Heroic Dynamo. 15% chance to grant a heroic orb when defeating enemies with headshots. So Cap and that shield throw ain't no joke. Pulling a Wanda, if you will, with his shield grants you additional heroic orbs. Now the efficiency tree. Energy boost. Increase the maximum amount of intrinsic shield block energy by 15%. Now, the reason why that's fine and I would use that over the rest of these is because if you want to run faster with Cap, you got to hold R2 where he basically uses shield to project himself forward. And having additional energy allows you to run that much faster just for a little bit more time. So Energy Boost 1 is a great skill simply for you to move faster or traverse faster in each terrain. Now, the middle branch, Energy Boost 2. Increase the amount of intrinsic shield block energy by 15%. So essentially you get a 30 boost gain with these two, which allows him to run faster for a longer period of time. Of course, you could always increase the regeneration speed. You could reduce the penalty before energy regeneration begins when intrinsic shield block energy is depleted. But again, I need extra energy so I can run faster. And then block reaction efficiency. Reduce the amount of intrinsic energy shield block expended when blocking an attack by 25%, by a quarter. That's pretty decent. Now, if you want, again, you can just completely increase the the boost. There's a 45% gain in energy, and I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna go with all energy boosts to give him a 45% boost in shield block energy so that way he can run faster for a longer period of time. Because unfortunately, even though his shield is a beast and it does work for the most part, I need him to traverse a lot faster. Okay, I just need that. And then for the last skill tree, you have the intrinsic ability tree. First branch, increase the duration of Captain's defense by 8 seconds. Now, Captain's defense is skill that Captain America has that grants him a defense buff basically. And so if you want to know more about that, you go to his primary skills and come over here to his intrinsic abilities. It should be in here. You got the shield parry, counter strike, powerhouse, rebounder, unyielding might. Oh no, it's not in there. Okay, maybe it's in here. Alright, Commander's Call. That one's a beast. We'll get to it in a second. But Commander's Call actually taunts enemies, which is pretty interesting. I really just realized that now. But as you see, it said taunts enemies, drawing their attention. Also triggers a captain defense buff that significantly reduces the cost of blocking enemy attacks by 50% and reduces all damage taken by 15%. Captain's Call is an underrated move that some people just don't know about. They forget to use this. This grants him some pretty good skills. Now, of course, if you want to see his other ability, I think it's with the light attacks. Yeah, it looks like it. Yep. Where you at? You gonna come here? Yeah. Well, you got Commander's Parry. Boom. And that actually can help grant the captain's charge, which increases attack damage and impact for a short time by 10%. So that's good. Where is hmm, I guess captain's defense is something innate to that skill then, because I think I've tried looking for this before and I didn't have a fun time trying to find that ability. But essentially, if you go in here, that's where you can find this type of stuff. But Captain Defense will grant you a defense buff basically. So again, with his defense being solid with this build already, getting that Captain Defense also works. And as you see, Captain Defense is triggered by the Commander's Call ability. So upon activating with, R2 and or blocking and then press triangle. So R2 or right trigger triangle, he hits the shield and you get two abilities basically for one. And they both help increase attack and defense. So there you go. The middle branch, defeating enemies refreshes Captain's Charge. And again, if you don't remember Captain's Charge, I thought I showed you that here. If you come back over here, it's Commander's Call. Where are you at? Commander's Parry actually activates. Where are you at? See, I hate having to try to find this. Yeah, it performed just before an attack lands. The attack will be parried and grant the Captain's Charge. So there you go. Captain's Charge, timing, Commander's Parry. Again, you get basically a 2-for-1 special. And it will refresh that. Now you could also just give it a 3 more second boost anyway, depending on how often you're defeating enemies. If you want to get the most out of that, so pick which one you want, because Captain's Charge will be affected by either one. And then the last branch of this tree, Commander's Strength. While the Captain's Charge buff is active, melee and range attacks will break enemy block. Buff is triggered by the Commander Parry's ability. Now they tell you where Captain's Charge is with that last one there. Now, if you didn't want to do Captain's Charge, you can go with Captain's Defense. While its active blocking attack drains no intrinsic energy, buff is triggered by Commander's Call. So you can probably combo these two together and probably get unlimited running too for a short period of time before wasting or draining intrinsic energy. Then of course, since you're taunted, or you taunt with Commander's Parry, you can increase the taunt by 5 seconds as well, drawing them towards you. Now this is probably something more for a defensive based build. If your Captain America defense is pretty high, significantly high, perks kind of geared in that direction, and you're taunting people with Cap to take that aggro off of other players or other heroes. This is probably where this comes in, but I'm not using that. I'm going with Captain's Charge all the way, right? Captain's Defense. So those are the skills that you want to keep in mind when building out your Captain America. Now, this piece of gear, Discordant Iron Gloves, it's alright, right? Like you get one hero specific perk, which is Counter Charge. Performing Counter Strike or Commander's Parry on an enemy will activate the Captain Charge buff. Now, Counter Strike, again, I always have to come back in here and look for stuff. I think Counter Strike is a parry. I think it's a parry. Let's see. Shield parry, shield block. There it is. Yeah. So press square just after parrying on an enemy with shield parry to perform a powerful shield counterattack. Yeah. So once you perform that, then this will also activate Captain's Charge, and then of course if you're defeating enemies, or you can extend it by 3 seconds with the other skill I showed you. That's all that really is there for, and then of course this is kind of some light sonic damage, just because I'm probably not doing a lot of melee. I will for sure, but I'm not. I'm throwing that shield around like hotcakes, like a frisbee. All right, then you got Discordant Amplifier Elite, where attacking an enemy with vibranium damage that has an active sonic status effect spreads the vibranium status to nearby enemies. The double leak is cool. In his case, he's more sonic than vibranium. I do have a vibranium based shield. I don't know if it's because of the perks that I'm not using it, but I do like the fact that I can actually get a vibranium out of this, because this is kind of like a double battery effect with him. Chance that ranged critical attacks will activate a vibranium payload. So dropping a payload on somebody while using a sonic damage based shield throws will activate a battery effect with Cap, and of course battery effects equals a ton of damage. So that's where that works. That's where that comes in handy. Then you got Battle Plate of the Super Soldier. Gain 20 points of shield block energy when successfully parrying an enemy attack. So you want to gain more shield block energy? Boom, there you go. Rally Cry, 18% damage reduction when Rally Cry is active, and you can increase the duration of Brooklyn Brawler by 8.5 seconds. This is a great piece. Now, to go back here, I do have one. I have this one. Critical hit chance from Rally Cry, which is fire, but I lose my defense, lose a little bit of heroic. A little bit of heroic stats, understandable, but this is the piece that I don't have powered up all the way, but I lose precision. So the two that I have, they're alright, but I I'm not trying to use those right now. This is the better piece to use for now. Of course, it's cosmic, no good, no good. Now, I do have a couple chess pieces which are interesting. It's just that they don't provide what I would like. So if I wanted to bring my might up, I could, because this piece gives me a sonic conduit, which I don't care for. But I still maintain the damage reduction with Rally Cry, and I also get an additional damage reduction with Rally Cry. So that 15% almost offsets me losing defense with this piece, right? I get a 33% damage reduction while Rally Cry is active, and although I take a defensive hit, I still maintain that. Now I lose my intensity though, because it's the only piece that I have intensity with. So that's unfortunate, but it's not bad. Now here, it's yeah. See, no, it's cool because look at my stats going up everywhere else, but because he's gonna be a little bit more in the trenches, just a little bit more. He's closer to enemy lines. I don't want to put him at risk with his defense dropping that low. Cause watch this. That's well, it's actually not that bad. That's not bad at all, I'll tell you the truth. Do I want to do that? I don't think I do. Ooh. But again, I maintain the rally cry safeguard, and that's what's really most important. I just don't care about the other stuff. Decreases incoming damage by 5% for every active status effect on the enemy attacking you. It's not enough to keep, right? This is the only piece I would be tempted to keep. I just don't really want to lose my intensity. This piece is a lot better to keep, just because my defense doesn't fall hard and my melee is still up there. Right now, piece that's cosmic. This is actually a good piece. I would like. As soon as I get some more upgrade modules, I may upgrade this. Was it Aegis of the Nomad? Because increase the duration of Captain's defense by 3 seconds, 15% damage reduction from when Captain defense buff is active, and Rally Cry Supercharge, increases my heroic energy and my willpower. So that's a piece I definitely want to keep in the back pocket. Along with this piece, I could always experiment and see, does it pay off the way I would hope it would. This time will tell ultimately. And then my heroic piece, I use Helm of the Super Soldier. Rally increase attack damage from Rally Cry with the Rally Cry Breaker. My support boost is boosted by 18%. And as you see, my support heroic is 32%. Charges pretty fast. And Rally Cry is also increased by 3 seconds. You tag that on to the 5 seconds from my skill tree. That's 8 additional seconds from Rally Cry. And I'm getting a boost in damage, a boost in heroic, support heroic energy, and a damage reduction with his Rally Cry. His Rally Cry is crazy nice, right? Like something like that is almost worth swapping out the other piece just because he's he's a beast like that. I don't mind him having the hands and the shield as long as everything works in his favor defensively. So that's the only risk. And unfortunately, if I'm going that route, I'm not really worried about intensity or status damage. I'm worried about putting hands on somebody and shield throws. That's his entire focus. So it is what it is, right? Minor artifacts. I got increased damage from light combo offender. The perks, unfortunately, aren't really helping him in this area, but it is what it is. It's just more stats. This one works because if the perk breaker ever really starts working the way it should, uh, you know, that and that will be that, and that's a pretty good gear roll or gear perk roll, right? It's just this piece where the stats are great, but the perks are not that great, and I don't have anything in here that would really persuade me to sub it out in the first place, you know. Might resolve. Mm, yeah. So, the only piece I'm tempted to swap out, but this piece really does work. It's a great hero specific gear piece for Captain America. Brooklyn Brawler benefits, Rally Cry benefits, and my shield block energy benefits. But that's the reflexive overdrive for the shield block is not a big concern for me. What is that Rally Cry. Now, can you combine the safeguards? Well, clearly you should be able to if you have it all on one piece, right? 33% reduction in damage, 18% increased damage, 18% increased regeneration speed for this perk, and it lasts 8 additional seconds because of my perks and my skills. Like, whew, this is one of those I might swap. I might swap while live. Goodness gracious. He had no proficiency, so forget a critical hit chance. Like, like you going in with straight damage, hoping that it's enough. Him having armor is solid, it's not bad. His intensity unfortunately disappears on us. Ugh. But it's not bad. 22.5%. It's not bad. What we'll do is try it, right? We'll just try it. We'll just try it. And that's the build, guys. Of course, I used the lethal will. Uh, in this place, I'm kind of lost. I mean, I could put this on if I wanted to give him some defense, increase defense when the defense buff is active. He technically doesn't have a outright defense buff, right? And he doesn't have any defense buff perks. But activating this will give him a willpower boost. So if I need health, I could use the Obsidian Spirit. He doesn't go invisible, so I don't really care for that. I could make him invisible, but I'm good. But looking at this type of stuff, willpower recovery effectiveness while invisible helps him out. 16% chance melee critical attacks will extend the duration of active invisible abilities. So this could recharge itself if I'm going in with the hands. I don't care for particle. I'm not doing vibranium right now. You got the Darkhold's whack. Then you got the Ring of Nibelung. 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 I don't know how to pronounce that. But this is kind of cool. Increase the amount restored by all orbs by 12%. Chance of defeating enemies will produce a random orb of any type. And then generate a bounty of regen packs, heroic orbs, or intrinsic orbs. So you can take chances with this as well. I go Tactagon just to get a little bit more status damage out of it, since I don't have any damage buffs on him. So that's one of those things I could just switch to just because it makes sense. And that's the build. And you guys saw I was using tip top for the I do like I like the ricochet. Got the standby, I like that one. This is the one I probably was really trying to do, but I ended up getting them scrubbing and cleaning the shield, so you know it's cool. Got shield play. I like shield play. I like my ricochet as well. Boom. Let's get it, baby. Saluting. I like the thumbs up. I like this one too. Ready for action. Oh, fire. The nameplates. I'm using his corrupted vibranium one. I like this one. It's pretty cool because it moves. He has some pretty decent ones, so you know I would say stay on the lookout for sure. But I like that one. He has some good ones, guys. There's a couple other ones I'm tempted to grab or to switch back to. But yeah, that's Captain America. As you guys know, with comics, I just still can't get that last comic. It's probably in Wakanda, and I guess I don't spend enough time there. I guess I don't spend enough time there at all, but it is what it is. So, if we are basically ready now, what we can do is go ahead and jump into a drop zone mission, right? You can jump into a drop zone mission, and let's see. Use it on this channel. Boom. Get rid of those. All right. Let's go ahead and do it. I had to clear out the chat because there's some garbage in there. But shout out to the 3 people in chat. Let's go run a drop zone real quick. Him putting hands on people means you don't get the takedowns as much as you would like. You know, unfortunately. I mean, I could even just do the... I don't want to. I'm not even going to front right now. I really wanted to just get this build video to you guys. Enter the Avengers. Now, see, I would do something like this with Bucky just to continue to see what kind of stuff I can get with Bucky. I think I'm probably going to do that. Gotta go to my favorite place, Advanced Material R&D Lab. So let's just demonstrate a little bit what Captain America looks like. I did switch off. Now he's not going to take a lot of damage, most likely, if I activate Rally Cry, because that's probably the smart thing to do, right?
Several resistance fighters are trapped in the
That's
field.
the smart thing to do. I appreciate that, Jarvis. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. All right, let's go, Cap. Now I'll probably wait to activate it. I'll wait to enter the other room. Here, I'm just gonna throw the shield around, just to give y'all.
Fighting AIM forces. They want to defect. Help them.
He still builds. You see that? See that? Headshot. 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 Oh! Your boy Beast with the headshots. I don't care about that. I'm good. Cap is a beast, man. I don't know if I took any damage in there or not, because I'm still at perfect health. Alright. I'm gonna activate Rally Cry, just cause. Bow! Look at this. Whoop, bow! Oh, okay, that's what we're doing. Whoop! Is he still, bruh? What is happening?
Apparently, that was the last.
And of course, this game decided to freak out like that. Alright. This is what I'm gonna do. 222,000 damage. Oh! Woo! Y'all see how fast my rally cry is charging up? Woo! Let me collect some of these orbs now, just to. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, thank you.
Avengers!
Oh, y'all want to see a boom? Ooh.
Scientists
Ooh.
safe.
You,
Sending
bro.
them pickup
Look at
coordinates so they
Rally
can
Cry got
evacuate.
plenty of time on it. Captain Defense had plenty of time on it. Cap essentially took no damage, and I wasn't even blocking anything. I parried a couple, technically twice there at the end. Come on, baby. Yeah, okay. I'm more convinced on
Good job,
using that
Avengers.
defensive piece gear
You saved our people
the way I
so
am
they
now.
can fight another day. The resistance will surely succeed with you watching their backs.
Appreciate that, Jarvis. Appreciate it. And as you guys see, that's the Captain America Build Workshop Complete Guide, giving you the ins and outs on what to look for, what to think about, how to build a solid Captain America. Of course, my recommendation is to go range based, take advantage of his hero specific perks, as is with most heroes. The only hero I think they don't do a great job of, only two heroes I can think of off the top of my head that they don't do a great job of taking advantage of hero specific perks, is Iron Man and Black Panther. Those two, they haven't really quite tuned abilities for them the way they should. Like, perks kind of don't make sense, especially with the defensive piece for Iron Man. I wish they would have thought a little bit more about that one. But with Captain America, Winter Soldier, a lot of other heroes, Hulk specifically, like, they do a really good job with hero specific perks. So take advantage of those. Go more range. You throw the shield as Captain America does. You're gonna have a solid Captain America build. So hope you guys appreciate and enjoyed it. If you guys haven't already, make sure you like the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can some videos on my live streams. That way you sit back, chillax, see what's cracking, and make sure when you guys ignite the like button, you guys share the video with those who would appreciate this content. Of course, I'm gonna try to start bringing more than just Marvel's Avengers, because the future's looking bleak, but we still hanging in there. But we will be playing other games like Need for Speed Heat, like some random games. There's some games down the pipeline that I think we're gonna have fun playing. I'll probably even stream Star Wars Jedi Survivor, but I probably won't have my camera on, as I don't for these videos. That way you guys get a clean image of what's going on screen. So we'll see. But yes, I will be bringing other games outside of Marvel's Avengers. I'm starting to warm back up, finding a consistent schedule to upload. And right now with these build videos, it's pretty easy because it's straightforward. Tomorrow will be Black Panther. And then hopefully I can still get my weekly Thursday stream up. I might blitz stream it just because, you know, having time off, I'm probably going to just relax, right? Putting in this kind of work beforehand. Hopefully will, you know, y'all will cut me some slack, you know. But hey, man, Micah signing out. Until the next video, live stream. Wait for it and keep it gaming.